So our second presenter is the Leather Industries. The Leather Industry is from Uganda. So again, on the screen, you can see the online showroom of the APLF.com. If you scroll down, you can see the company profile also. So while I'm waiting for them to come online, let me remind you, if you have any sourcing requirement, you can always come to our APLF.com because all the exhibitors you can find in the APLF fairs, they will have a showroom on this APLF.com, and every day we are uploading the industry news on this portal. So I see we have our second presenter, Leather Industry from Uganda. I would like to welcome Mr. Liasi Hirani. Hello.
Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Hello, I'm Eddie. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You have 4 gentlemen here in the meeting rooms. So I will let you to introduce your product to our audience online. Are you ready?
All right. So I just want to introduce my team here. We've got Mr. Sridhar here, who is our general manager for the 3 tanneries. We have one in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. We have Mr. Gopi, who is our export manager, and Mr. Daniel, who is our finance manager. So I'll just go through the slides. We have 3 tanneries in East Africa. There's one in Kenya, one in Uganda, one in Tanzania. So I'll quickly go through each one of them. So this is the Kenyan one. It is in Thika, which was set up in 1983. Just one of the photographs of the factory showing the operation that is going on. Background of the company, quick overview. We started in 1983. We were one of the first tanneries in the region that started producing finished leather, which we're exporting way back in the 80s to the European countries, and later on to the Far East countries. And obviously, we've been working very closely with the government on the development drive. So from the staff point, we have got about 230 people working for us in various sections of the tannery. Just one of the photographs on some activity that was going on. In terms of our products, so what we have is we have got, we've actually reduced our exports of wet glue, and we're probably stopping because I think as a government policy in the region, they want to go into value addition. So while in Kenya, they were intending to introduce duty on wet glue, which we managed to defer it for another few years. But for sure, it's going to come in the next couple of years. So we're already working on trying to go into value addition. So what we're doing at the moment is we're doing a lot of finished leathers. We're doing leathers for upholstery, for footwear, for leather goods. This is something we make for the domestic market, but we also export a lot of these leathers. So it's something we would welcome if there are any inquiries for that. And the industries where it goes for the footwear industry, the bag industry, the leather goods industry, the upholstery industry, and we also do a bit of gloving with the some of the lower selections. And this probably goes more to the domestic market, a little bit to the export, but I think right now our focus on the gloving is really to sell it in the domestic market.
Sorry, Mr. Liasi, I want to interrupt you a little bit. Do you have a PowerPoint to show us?
I'm already on the PowerPoint. Are you the one looking at it?
I believe you have a PowerPoint. You need to click the share screen button.
Okay. Sorry, I think 1 minute. I'll just put it on the share button. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was already on. Just a minute.
By the way, thank you, Tony, for reminding us to see the PowerPoint.
Okay.
All
right. Okay, is it on now?
Yeah, thank you. You can go ahead.
Quickly, just to go through my previous slides. Sorry, I didn't know that they were not on. So there's the 3 tanneries. There's the one in Kenya, a photograph that we have. Background of the company, which I've already given a quick background. The people on the factory. The products that I quickly mentioned about, the leathers that we're making, the industry that we are supporting, which is the footwear, bag industry, leather goods, upholstery, gloving. And just some of the photographs of the products that we make. So these are also something that we sell in the international market and the domestic market. We've got the printed leathers, the cow smooth leather, which is quite popular in this part of the world. We've got the leather for belts. So these are the heavy, the wedge stand leathers, which we are able to produce in 182 and 2.6, 2.8, which really is for the sandals and the belt leather. We got cow soft lining, 0.91. We've got the burnish articles, which we do a lot for the export, because domestic, there's very little market for the burnish articles. And the aniline is, again, domestic and export. So these are the products that we're making. We've got the sweats, which I believe a lot of people who know African material, they give a very good short nap. So the slits are very, very good and suitable for the sweats. The bulk of the sweats are in 1214, but we get small quantity in 1416 also, and some degree of new bulk that we're able to make. Again, the thickness is able to supply is in 1416 and 1618. 1618 is on a lower scale, but 1416 is something we could quite easily do. Upholstery, this is printed leather, and we've got various types of finishes on it. These are just some of the ones that we do in the factory, but we can do much more than those ones. Environment, we were set up in 1983. At that time, we put a state-of-art treatment plant, and we still maintain the plant. We've invested close to about $1.2 million in the whole plant, which complies to all the requirements. And as far as the LWG is concerned, we are working on LWG. We don't have it here, but we have got in Uganda, where we've had it for the last 4 years. So coming to Uganda factory, this is already a LWG certified factory. We've had a silver medal for 4 years, and we hope that we can sort of progress on that medal. So this one was set up in 1995. And since then, but that was set up by but this was a project that we took over from the government. The government set it up in 1979 under the privatization program. We bought it and we started the operations in 1997. For the first 10, 12 years, we were only selling to Italian markets. Reason being, Uganda had a superior selection compared to the region, and it also attracted a bit of a premium. So we were able to get a good market in the Italian region. We still export from small quantities to Italy. A lot now goes to India, China. We've got a capacity of 500,000 square feet per month, and we process to the exact norms, the right chemistry and everything to the buyer's requirements. Just a photograph of some of the wet glue that we have been producing. And it meets all the requirements. These are just some of the pallets that we have. We also do a bit of goat and sheep. We're not very active in the goat and sheep, so we only do it on order for specific customers. So it's not a large line for us. We are more on the cow side. Environment, we've got the LWG certification. I believe most of the players in the industry know about LWG, so I will not talk about LWG, what it does, what its requirements are, but we've had it there for a while. The advantage, obviously, we get is because we already have in one of our industries, it helps us to share the knowledge in the other two factories, and we hope that maybe after the COVID, because COVID has really set everybody behind, so we're hoping that after the COVID, we can start progressing in those industries. So things have been very difficult during the COVID period, but I think that's a global issue. It's not specific to us. So we've had challenges getting raw material in Uganda because there's a complete lockdown for 2 months, so people could not move out. We actually were told to close the factories down. All the factories were closed down in Uganda. So we've just restarted the factories. They've allowed the people to start moving, so we're able to collect some raw materials, but it's a slow process. Probably take another 1 to 2 months to get that done. And we've got a factory in Tanzania. Very quickly, set up in 1996. We've been exporting well blue for the last 23 years. Tanzania is a very large animal population, so there's a good availability to hides. A quick selection of what we're selling there, TR10, 4, and 5. Government has introduced a duty of 10% on export of wet blue, which makes it a little bit challenging. The cost has gone up. So we are keen to sell now on crust, because that's the direction I think we'll all have to start following in East Africa sooner or later. So we've taken a step there. As far as logistics is concerned, I think Kenya and Uganda is exported via Mombasa. I think for the moment, we'll probably give 1 month shipment because of the delays in shipping. There are not enough vessels coming in, they get transshipped. But they will be much shorter after the COVID. And the quantities that we'll probably put in a container, but that is quite normal that people in the industry would know. So, Eddie, I think that's the end of my presentation. I hope I've not exceeded my time.
Yeah, thank you. That's just about time because we received some questions. So I'll read that out. So the first question is from Mr. Muhammad Sabir. So he asked, what is the origin of your leather?
Okay, so origin, we have 3 origins. Because we have 3 different tenants, 3 different countries. In Kenya, we only have Kenya origin, Uganda is Uganda origin, and Tanzania is Tanzania origin. I think people who are familiar with the region will know the nuances and the differences in the 3 origins.
Great. So the other question is from Mr. Amar. So Mr. Amar asks, what is the average size of your suede double butts or size?
Okay, so the suites we have an average of 8 to 14 square feet.
Okay, so he also asked about the average price, but I think you can, I will forward his question, his contact to you, and you can advise the price to them afterwards. So the other question is, do you manufacture buffalo finished leather for safety shoes in the thickness of 1.8 to 2 mm? So
in this part of the world, we don't have buffalo. What we do is we produce cow, so we can produce 1.82 mm, the product that they require in the printed leather, but it won't be from buffalo. There is no buffalo leather yet.
Okay, thank you. So buyers, I know you still have some questions for Mr. Yassi, and if you have any further inquiry, please make use of the APLF.com. You can find their contacts there, and you can even make one-on-one appointment, online meetings. We will arrange for you. So again, thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay, see you.